Hello, dear parents. I think today's video is by far one of the most important videos I am going to make ever. This video is about how you can improve the immunity of your child, and in that way how you can prevent him from catching those bad bugs and reduce the time which he goes to the hospital again and again. So how do you do that? Let's begin. First and foremost, it is once you start feeding the child, the first milk, that is something called as the colostrum, that is the thick milk which is secreted in the very beginning of the feed, that is highly rich in antibodies. So many times in various cultures, this milk is discarded or it is not fed to the child, considering that it is bad for the child, even sometimes called the witch's milk. But this milk is the one which produces vital antibodies for the child to fight during the neonatal period. Continuing with that, you see that those kids who feed well at breast or are exclusively breastfed, they tend to catch less infections. That is because through the breast milk, the mother passes large amount of antibodies which she has acquired throughout her life, fighting those trivial infections, getting those severe infections, creating a memory, and in a way she passes her legacy to the child with which he can fight those infections. So please do continue exclusively breastfeeding the child until 6 months, and even beyond that until say 1.5 to 2 years. Now once the child crosses this age, you see that all the pediatricians advise them to take vaccines. Why these vaccines are important is they, in a passive manner, allow the child to develop antibodies and fight those infections. Various countries have their own schedules. You should stick to those schedules, and in case if your kid is getting those infections frequently, speak to your pediatricians, ask him if you can prevent those infections. Yes, there are a lot of vaccines which are available locally to prevent those infections, like there are vaccines for typhoid fever, vaccines to prevent pneumonia, vaccines to prevent influenza. Yes, so please consider taking vaccinations. Now beyond that, as the child progresses, you see that the child tends to get more infections again and again. At this time you have to consider improving his hygiene. What does hygiene do? By improving his hygiene, you reduce the chance of the child getting those external agents into the body. How do you do that? Say, you teach him the right way of hand washing. Make the child wash the hand regularly before and after his food, before and after his bathroom visits. Clean the surroundings of your house. Clean your house well. And if you have a toddler at your house, make sure you clean his toys, especially those which he mouths frequently, with antiseptics, so that he doesn't catch those bugs via the infections acquired through the toys. Now coming to the second part of this, what you can do is you can give him good food. It is said that you are what you eat. What it means is, what kind of food you consume, that kind of way your body develops. There are so many foods which are called as superfoods because they tend to improve your immunity. For example, vitamin C containing food like lemon, oranges, tangerines have a large quantity of vitamin C which helps you fight those common cold. Again, food which are rich in omega-3 fatty acids like nuts, almonds have a positive effect on your immunity. The vegetables and fresh fruits which you have a large quantity of vitamins and minerals which are again going to help your immunity. Honey and probiotics which contain like yogurt have a positive effect on your immunity. Now, some of the lifestyle measures which you can change which helps to improve his immunity are, like, if you allow the child to do more outdoor activities, that is, allow him to exercise well. It is well known through scientific research that exercise promotes the release of endorphins. Endorphins are good hormones which help in improving your immunity. Now, once your kid exercises well, allow him to sleep well. Have a regular schedule, a pattern which allows him to sleep at the right time at this, throughout his life. Say for example, a baby needs around 14 to 16 hours of sleep. A toddler needs 11 to 14 hours of sleep, and your school going kids need around 8 to 10 hours of sleep. This is because during sleep our body detoxifies. The natural killer cells are activated. In this way, the immune power improves. There are certain things which the doctor suggests you to do regularly which helps you improve the immunity are regular brushing. If the child brushes at night, it allows him to throw out all those dead food materials which are stuck in the mouth. Which may putrefy and cause a lot of infections like dental caries, pharyngitis, that is upper respiratory throat infection, tonsillitis, that is enlarged tonsils. So brush regularly, prevent infections. Apart from that, you might have seen that, say for in India, all the kids are dewormed twice a year. Deworming reduces the worm load in the body, allows you to digest well, and increases the iron content in the body so that your immunity improves. Yoga and pranayam are some of the natural ways which are available in traditional practice, which are through scientific research known to improve the immunity of the child. Sometimes you might visit your pediatrician thinking that you have less immunity, and he might prescribe certain things which are rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, zinc, selenium, and omega-3 fatty acids, which have a positive impact on the health of your child. So do consider using that. Please do consider that if your kid has very trivial infections, avoid using or abusing antibiotics, because by using antibiotics you are preventing the generation of self-immunity in the child. So use the antibiotics very usefully only during the time when it is certainly required. Now, after understanding all the various aspects with which you are going to improve immunity, yes, there are certain conditions. In spite of doing this, your kid falls frequently ill. Say your kid has a prolonged infection, recurrently getting infected, an unusual infection, or unusually severe infection, then your pediatrician might advise you to consider certain tests which are going to check your innate immunity. Please consider doing that. Now that you have understood the whole concept of how to boost the immunity, there are certain times in the life where you have to apply it rightly. That is, during the neonatal period, during those times when the child develops the teething, and again when he goes to the preschool. These are the times at which he tends to catch those bugs more frequently. And as the season changes, as there is change in the water or change in weather, there are certain new infections which are introduced in the atmosphere. So again, at this time, you have to be more cautious. I hope with this video, you understood the whole concept of immunity, how to prevent it, what all you can do so that your child can avoid those nasty bugs. I hope with this, your kids remain healthy and happy, and you have a peaceful parenthood and a blissful life. Thank you.